So today's topic, it is drug metabolism. Okay, so we know that already we have learned that is in pharmacokinetics, drug will be absorbed initially and then it will be distributed throughout our body with the help of blood. And during this distribution process, it will be finding its receptor and there it will exert its action. So now the drug has completed its action. Okay. Now after that, after completing its work, it has to be eliminated out. Okay. It cannot stay in our body as waste. So for this, the next step, that is metabolism. Okay, because we have already told that for efficient absorption, the drug should be lipophilic. That is, our body compartment is entirely mainly made of this lipid natured mucous membrane. So to be better absorbed, the drug should be lipid in nature. So like poles attract, so lipids will be absorbed by this lipid natured mucous membrane. Okay, non-polar, both are non-polar. Okay, so it can be solubilized and better absorbed. So here for elimination, that is for removing out from our body, it has to be eliminated through urine. So here what we require is this non-polar drug, that is the lipid natured non-polar drug, has to be converted into a polar form, and that too it should be inactive. Okay, and this non-polar lipid nature drug should be converted to polar form so that it can be eliminated through our urine, and there too the polar natured fragment should be inactive. Otherwise, wherever it goes, it will be absorbed here and there and it will be re-entering into our body. So to avoid this reabsorption, it should be made completely inactive. Okay, so this lipid natured non-polar drug is being converted to polar inactive compound and then it is expelled out or removed through our kidney, that is through urine. Okay, that is about drug metabolism, that is we can say otherwise called as detoxification, that is the waste of our drug, the toxics. Okay, the waste is nothing but toxic. If it is accumulating in our body, it will be creating problems only. Okay, so this toxics has to be eliminated out. Okay, and this step is called as detoxification. Okay, so here in this drug metabolism we are having two phases, phase 1, phase 2, two stage. Okay, in first stage this lipid natured non-polar drug is being converted to polar component. Okay, and that too the polar component having a particular reactive group. Okay, so try to understand. So this non-polar lipid nature drug is being converted to polar form. Okay, having an active functional group. That is done in phase 1. Okay, and in phase 2, this polar compound having active functional group is combined with some other groups present inside our body. Okay, that is we call it as conjugate. Okay, it is being added with the conjugate, right, and there it is made as inactive. Okay, by adding with the conjugate, this polar active functional group is made inactive. Okay, so that we can stop reabsorption. Okay, so that is done here in phase 2. Okay, so in phase 1, non-polar lipid natured compound is converted to polar form having active functional group, and in phase 2 this polar compound having active functional group is added with a conjugate, that is another compound in our body. Okay, it's added with a conjugate and it is made inactive. Okay, polar inactive compound, so that it can be eliminated out through our urine easily. Okay, so that is done here in drug metabolism. Mostly this metabolism is performed by our liver. Okay, and our endoplasmic reticulum is enriched with number of enzymes required for this particular metabolism. Okay, that is mainly the cytochrome P450 enzyme group. Okay, and it helps a lot in metabolizing a particular drug. Okay, so rewinding it. So first, what is metabolism? It is the process of changing this non-polar lipid drug into a polar water soluble, that is polar means water soluble, polar inactive form, so that it can be eliminated out through our urine. Okay, we have already seen that is for absorption it should be lipid in nature. For better absorption, that is our body compartment is made of mainly mucous membrane, lipid nature. So lipid components or lipid drugs will be better absorbed by our body. Okay, so this now after absorption it will be performing its action by reaching the receptor, and after performing its action, once its work is over, it has to be eliminated out. So for elimination process, we have to move through our urine. So it is polar, urine is polar, it is having salts and water component, and so only polar components will be solubilized there. Okay, so here we are converting this lipid nature non-polar drug moiety into polar inactive form, and that is done here through two phases, phase 1, phase 2, and in the phase 1 this non-polar group is converted to polar group having an active functional group. Okay, and in the phase 2 this active functional group will be linked with some other conjugates, some other molecules in our body to make it inactive. Okay, so that it can control reabsorption in our body. Okay, so the whole drug as a whole, it can be eliminated out without allowing anything to remain in our body. Okay, and the main member here is liver, that is this endoplasmic reticulum having this cytochrome P450 enzyme group, and this is involved here in drug metabolism. Thank you.